Simon sitting at the table with a bottle of wine open in the dim light, and a woman sitting opposite him. They were laughing, and the woman's hand was on his knee. She opened the door and stood in the doorway, inviting the cold air in. The weather report was threatening snow for Christmas, but she would believe it when she saw it. Every year they said it would snow, and it never came until after New Year, when she would have to be back at work. "Christa, come in, you must be freezing," Simon said benevolently, giving her a look as though she was the little match girl down to her last strike. "No thanks, I'm late for something," she lied. Simon gestured to the woman sitting opposite him. "Christa, this is Avian. She's a producer on my new TV show." His new TV show? As though it was all about him. God, she hated him. The woman looked Christa up and down, and she saw a little smirk on her face. "Oh, hey, babe. So you're Christa. Simon speaks of you with such good vibes." Her California hippie act wasn't fooling Christa. Oh yes, they were definitely together. Christa couldn't help herself. "Avian?" she asked. "What an unusual name." "It's French for bird," said the woman, as though Christa was an idiot. "My mother lived in Paris for a year." "No, it's English for bird-like," corrected Christa. "L'oiseau is French for bird. I worked there for 2 years in fine dining before Simon and I opened this." She gestured around her at the restaurant. "Avian loves food, don't you, babe?" said Simon. Looking at how thin this woman was, Christa doubted this morsel of information very much. She was so thin, it pained Christa to see the bones on her chest jutting out like a ladder, with her long hair and a face carefully made up in the artful way that looked like she wasn't wearing any makeup. She was a beautiful woman, and the exact opposite of Christa. Christa pushed away the comparisons because she liked how she looked, with her short dark hair cropped in a pixie cut and bright blue eyes with eyelashes usually only bestowed on undeserving boys. And she was healthy and didn't really drink very much, and had never smoked, so all things considered she was in pretty good shape, she told herself. Simon used to tell her she was chubby. He had called her chubs at Le Cordon Bleu, which he said was cute. It wasn't cute. Christa wasn't angry with this woman, she reminded herself. She was angry with Simon, and she was angry with herself for staying so long when she knew the marriage was over a long time ago. What she couldn't work out was why she had stayed so long in a loveless marriage that was purely a business relationship, except she didn't have equal shares, until it was too late. "So you're a TV producer? That's amazing," said Christa, trying to be nice but wanting to run as far away as she could. "Is it?" asked Avian, who then picked up her phone, showing Christa their brief tete-a-tete was over. Simon glanced from Christa to Avian and back again. He was terrible with uncomfortable moments. She paused to make him do the work for once. She was forever filling in the gaps in their marriage, their business, and their communication. Let him carry the weight of this moment with his little bird-inspired friend. He shifted in his chair. "So, you all set then?" The question sounded like he was inquiring as to whether she had all her things for a school trip, not the end of the last 10 years of their life together. Christa threw the keys at him from the doorway. He panicked and dropped them. He never was good at ball games, only mental games. "As set as a jelly," she said, and she paused. "Okay, well, bye then. Good luck with the show." Avian glanced up at Christa and gave her a sliver of a smile, while Simon seemed to see something interesting on the floor. "Ta," he said, and she turned and walked away from the place and person she had poured her heart and soul into, feeling the tears stinging her eyes. She wasn't enough for Simon. He had used her all those years and traded off her skills and talent, and then claimed them as his own. Outside on the street, she leaned against a wall and took several deep breaths. Tar. He ended their marriage and business with the word tar. Her stomach churned as she put the heavy bag at her feet, as she tried to focus on her surroundings to keep her present in the moment. For the past 20 years and more, she had thought this feeling would never return. All the work she had done to make sure that her life was shored up.